Hey, what's up, guys? Yaku here from Chow Local. If you own a restaurant, if you're on any of the big delivery apps like UberEats, Doordash, any one of those platforms, if you're in Canada, if you're on SkipTheDishes, stick around for just a minute. I'm going to show you something that you need to be aware of. You might not be aware of this. It's a really sneaky thing that some of these food delivery platforms do that end up costing restaurants literally thousands and thousands of dollars every year. I just searched for a restaurant in my hometown. They're called Turkish Express. They actually just signed up. They're on our commission free food delivery app called Chow Local. For those of you who don't know, that's sort of my whole mission. I'm trying to get more restaurants to become aware of Chow Local and to sign up. So I actually just wanted to record my screen to show the owner of this restaurant how the big food delivery apps will typically run a Google ad that shows up above the restaurant's listing in Google search results. And obviously, doing that, they end up getting some of the restaurant's customers that are looking for the restaurant to click on their ad. And for like 3 to 5 cents per click, they are able to, in essence, hijack the restaurant's customers, get them to order through the food delivery platform instead of maybe that customer ordering directly from the restaurant. And when I looked at the search results that come up when I search for Turkish Express, it was way worse than I actually expected. Have a look at what's going on here. I've searched for Turkish Express. I've actually specified that I'm looking for delivery. The same thing happens if I search for takeout or any other sort of like search terms that indicate that I'm not looking to dine in. I'm actually in the market to order some food from this restaurant. What happens is, as you can see here, the Uber Eats search result actually comes up above the restaurant's own website. And this is not an ad, this is their organic listing. So Uber is not even paying the 3 cents or 5 cents per click. Like they're getting all of this restaurant's customers to click on their listing for free and then turning that customer, that loyal customer, into a return app user, someone that would continually order through their platform from this restaurant. And let's have a look here. Just when I search for delivery, the actual restaurant's listing comes up third in Google search results. Above them is SkipTheDishes, which is the biggest food delivery app in our city and in our area and in our country. And then it's Uber Eats. And then on top of that, we've got Doordash that's advertising in their Google business listing, paying, like I said, a few cents to get this restaurant's customer to place an order through them. You know, if you're like me, you find a restaurant that you love. I've got some restaurants here in Regina, the city where I live, that I've been literally ordering food from for 23 years. And I get into a habit. I stick with my habits. Now, can you imagine if I start ordering from this restaurant? I get in the habit of ordering through these big food delivery apps, which are super convenient to use. And by the way, Chow Local is the exact same thing, just as easy to use. The only difference is we don't charge any commissions. The challenge for a restaurant like Turkish Express is to try and get their customers to stop ordering through those big delivery apps. Now, I know what you're saying. If you're watching this, and especially if you're not a restaurant owner, you're probably just thinking, like, well, why don't you just not go on the big delivery apps? That was my thought when I started this project with my brother 2 years ago. You know, why would you be on these big delivery apps if they're taking thousands of dollars in commissions every year? I literally spoke to a restaurant owner a couple months ago. He runs a nice Indian restaurant in our city. He told me he pays one of these food delivery platforms $70,000 a year in commissions. That's enough money to go to a bank, put down a down payment, get a loan, and probably go buy two more restaurants in this city. So it's just mind blowing. But yeah, so it's crazy how these food delivery apps manage to convince restaurants that they're generating new business for them, getting them new customers, spending all this money on marketing and doing all of these things, when in fact I think most of the orders that restaurants get through these big delivery apps are ultimately the restaurant's own loyal customers, whether it's a sticker on the restaurant's door that tells the loyal customer to order through this or that food delivery app, whether it's this little annoying link that Google puts in your Google business listing as a restaurant, and you cannot remove it. It's impossible. All of these little things are contributing to a situation where I'm fully convinced restaurants are probably sending the big delivery apps 80% of all the business that they're then getting from those big delivery apps and then paying commissions. So that's why we created Chow Local. We use all of these tactics that the big delivery apps use. We try and do absolutely the exact same thing, but the big difference is when a restaurant gets an order through Chow Local, they don't pay any commission. So, if you're out there, if you're watching this video, if you own a restaurant, I get it. You cannot quit those big delivery apps because you get so much business through them. You're scared to turn that tap off. It's tough out there to run a business, and especially a restaurant. But there are those restaurants who are deciding to just not be on the big delivery apps, because literally the only way you can stop Google from showing a link like this on your Google business listing, the only way you can stop DoorDash from advertising on your Google business listing, or it'll be a DoorDash ad, or it'll be a Uber Eats ad, or anything like that. The only way you can get these listings that are coming up in the organic search results or Google ads that are being run by big food delivery apps, the only way you can stop it is to get off those platforms. And that's a tough thing to do for restaurants. So I'll leave you there with that thought. If you're a restaurant owner, go do a search for your own restaurant. Go do it during the dinner rush or during the lunch rush. You might even see the big food delivery apps actually running a Google ad that comes up when you're searching for your restaurant. And then just ask yourself, how much is that costing you in a year? How much work are you actually doing through making good food, good customer service to cultivate those return customers, and then how many of those return customers end up ordering through these food delivery apps because you just make it so goddamn easy for them to do it, and what's that costing your restaurant? Peace.